When my wife Laura and I lovingly butt heads, I respond with an instinctual two-pronged approach. I don't know why I do it, but my first order of business is prove my point, and second, invalidate hers. The back and forth ends up looking something like this. Ooh, nice. What are we having for dinner?
Guy, you're supposed to be watching the kids right now.
Relax, they're fine.
No, they're not fine. They're 6, 5, and 2, and they're outside.
Hey. Just because you let worry dictate how you raise them doesn't mean that's how I have to do it. Stop putting your stuff on me.
No, Adam, you're going to do this? Seriously? Just go take care of your responsibility, please.
No, or is it possible that you hate the reality that we can't control what happens to them, so you're trying extra hard to control it now?
Or is it possible that you're not taking care of your responsibility and you're just being lazy?
Yeah, that's one way to look at it. Or is it possible that maybe you just love them so much and you haven't learned to grow into it, so you're just trying to control for the pain that you obviously can't handle if something would happen to them?
Just go take care of the kids, will you?
But when we got married, we vowed to always end up focusing on our own issues and not the others. It takes a lot of humility to focus on our own shortcomings, especially when someone else may be in the wrong. But the initial focus ends up becoming, what role am I playing in this scenario? And is there anything I can do to ensure I'm not bringing any added dysfunction or codependencies into the mix? If Laura and I both do our work, we grow as individuals, and that allows us to come back together and set healthier boundaries for our relationship, and then our relationship can grow instead of becoming a passive-aggressive game of control and conquer. When we have humility, we can see our faults, and when we view our faults with curiosity rather than judgment, we can learn and grow. And when we grow, we move beyond our dysfunction and move closer to fulfilling the potential of our relationships. But that approach doesn't just work for marriages. It applies to every relationship, and unless you think we're close to inhabiting Mars, our inescapable relationship to the Earth. If we practice some humility, we can use this current fight with nature, this global pandemic, as a wake-up call, a chance to see our role in the interconnected relationship we have with our planet. Like a derelict teenager who rejects their parents, steals from them, and puts their lives in danger, we've disconnected from and now relentlessly abuse our collective Mother Earth. What are parents to do when that happens? I mean, they have to kick that child out of the house in order to preserve the rest of the family. No longer are we part of that meet the parents, Fokker circle of trust in Earth's global family. We're not even like barnacles who cause no harm to whales while getting hooked up with free food and lodging. No, we've become a virus to our planet. Natural disasters or viruses like COVID-19, they end up acting as the Earth's antibodies trying to maintain the health of the planet. Now I know that concept isn't a novel one, and we've all seen The Matrix like 100 times, but it's important to grasp if we're going to realize that no matter how hard we try, we can't bypass natural order, because we're a part of natural order. And natural order has a structured flow, and when we respect that structure, we and our relationships can flourish. The structure has 5 phases, which I'll go more in depth with in another video, but the last 2 phases are to let go and then be still while we replenish and wait for a renewed purpose. As a culture, we've basically decided to bypass those last 2 phases. We flee from whatever doesn't feel good and fixate on the things that distract us. We settle for temporary relief or highs. Negative emotions are avoided like kryptonite, so we bury them instead of releasing them. And then we have to keep life swirling for fear of sinking into the darkness that always seems to bubble up when things go silent or get still. We skip 40% of the natural order that sustains life, all because we let our fear-driven ego set the agenda. Not only is that exhausting, which I know everyone knows, but in our haste to not fall behind, in our scramble to quiet negative emotions, we've become blinded to just how poor our relationship is to ourselves and the planet we're bonded to for life. So instead of doubling down in an attempt to control and conquer our environment, or our spouse when they blame us for not keeping an eye on the kids, let's show some humility and see what we can do to reestablish a healthy relationship to ourselves and the Earth. Let's relearn how to be whole and stop perpetuating dysfunctional relationships in which we just keep asking others and our planet to enable our codependencies. It doesn't work in marriages, and it's not going to work in the relationships we can never escape. Below is a link to a meditation Laura put together on humility. Please check it out, and be sure to subscribe to our channel if you'd like to see more of us. Nothing but love.